Yo, what's good, YouTube? Zamco here, aka Scoot, back with the Pokemon Battle Federation, Season 7, Week number 2, and we're taking on Phantom Base, coach of the New York Cosmog. So our team is, as always, I say that as if we've played 11 weeks or something. Our team is Weavile, Tapu Fini, Zapdos, Nidoqueen, Heatran, Serena, Z Haxorus, Medicham, Leaky, and Z Palisand. And our opponent has Zygarde 50%, Clefable, Greninja, Nihilego, Bronzong, Rotom Heat, Shaman, Silvally, Lucario, Drifblim, Mega Glalie, where his Z-move users are Zygarde 50% and Drifblim. And yeah, we're both coming into this game on a loss. He lost in week 1 and I lost in week 1. So we're both looking for our first victory here. And we're both at the expense of each other are looking for a win. So yeah, we've built this fun squad to take him on with, starting off with Choice Banded Weavile. Adamant Choice Banded Weavile with enough speed investment to outspeed a Greninja that is speed creeping base 100s, I believe. I'm pretty sure that's it. And Nihilego. So like a Greninja that would think my Weavile is speed creeping a Nihilego, and is speed creeping my Weavile, gets outsped by my Weavile because I'm speed creeping that benchmark as well. So that's the idea here. I do have Choice Band with Knockoff, Icicle Crash, Ice Shard, and Low Sweep. With Low Sweep and Ice Shard in reverse order on screen, obviously. Low Kick, or Low Sweep I should say, it's 65 base power with 100% chance to lower the target speed by 1. So that's Choice Band is more than likely going to knock out Greninja. So unless it's like Chople Berry or something with like Low Kick of its own or something like that. Knockoff and Icicle Crash pretty much hit everything else, and Ice Shard is just kind of there for like a Zygarde or Nihilego that kind of gets out of hand or something. Low Sweep also hits Lucario as well, so that's also nice for, you know, Lucario. So next up we have Zapdos. We have a Thunderbolt, Hidden Power Ice, Roost Defog Zapdos. Pretty standard, pretty, you know, nothing too fancy here. Mixed defensive. Again, nothing too fancy. Can live quite a few hits from things like Rotom Heat, Lucario, Drifblim, Greninja. Can come in on rocks on a Choice Banded 1,000 arrows from Zygarde. Can't take 2 obviously, but it will survive 1, and could potentially, if he's no speed investment, I could outpace and get some chip with Hidden Power Ice. Nothing too much to say about Zapdos really. It's pretty standard set and just there to perform a defensive role and keep hazards off of my field, I guess. So he has things like Toxic Spikes, and stuff like that. So I would much prefer to have Defog on a Mon that, you know, is a flying type. So Spikes and Toxic Spikes don't affect me. And I also have Nidoqueen here, which can absorb Toxic Spikes, set up Stealth Rocks of my own, and then pressure my opponent with Sheer Force boosted Earth Power, Sludge Wave, and Shadow Ball or Fatal. Shadow Ball there for the Bronzong that could be Heat Proof or Levitate. Don't want to chance either, so I'm just going to fuck him up with the Shadow Ball. With the Black Sludge, and then enough SpDef investment to take on a Nihilego pretty comfortably, and enough speed investment to outpace like a no-speed Rotom. So that's pretty cool. Next up we have Yachi Berry, Vanderlei, which is our Haxorus with Mold Breaker. Mold Breaker lets me bypass like unaware Clefable and things like that. However, I'm not packing Earthquake for the Rotom, so that 4 times effective move on that's not going to be there. But +1 Dragon Claw after Rocks is still doing quite a bit, and it's going to pressure my opponent. I do have Night Slash for Bronzong as well. I thought about bringing Black Hole Eclipse with the Darkinium Z, but he does have Mega Glalie, which could always try to revenge kill me with Ice Shard, and like a Choice Scarf Greninja with Ice Beam or something like that. So having Yachi was pretty cool. It also helps versus like Ice Punch Lucario or like Hidden Power Ice Shaman or something like that. So that's pretty cool. Poison Jab obviously for the about said Mega Clefable. Oh my god, what a nightmare. Oh my gosh, Mega Clefable. That can't ever come true. Next up, we got Mega Medicham, which has Substitute, Bulk Up, Drain Punch, and Zen Headbutt. Zen Headbutt has, excuse me, have enough attack investment to 2-hit KO a Clefable with Zen Headbutt. Obviously, Bulk Up doesn't really matter versus Clefable because of Unaware, but it does help against like Zygarde 50%. It helps against like a Bronzong that might be going for Gyro Ball or something like that. So Bulk Up with Drain Punch could eventually bulk up a couple times and then Drain Punch enough health back from the Bronzong to put myself, back at a appropriate amount of HP and stuff like that. Sub Bulk Up. I don't think I can actually sub before I bulk up unless I'm up against something like something that's definitely going to switch like Mega Glalie or Lucario, or maybe I switch in on a Zygarde after a Zygarde gets a hit and he knows I'm going to go for the Ice Punch or something like that, which I don't actually have, but my opponent doesn't know that, so I could always pick up a sub on something like that on a forced switch out. Otherwise, I think everything's breaking my sub pretty much. Unless like Rotom Heat went for a Will-O-Wisp or something like that. Or like Clefable went for a Wish. But otherwise, I think everything's breaking my sub in pretty much one hit. So definitely have to have a bulk up before I use Substitute. Or like I said, force a switch out and can use Substitute and then bulk up or whatever. Reverse order, doesn't matter. But yeah, this thing just nukes and like it gets health back with Drain Punch. It's just a really good mon in this matchup, I think. And with this much HP investment, I'm actually quite bulky, so not too much to say about it. But it's just gonna, I guess, do what it does. Mega Medicham's pure power. So next up we got Licky Licky with Oblivious, so I can't be taunted by things like Greninja, and I can't be like I can't ever be 2-hit KO'd by like Nihilego or Zygarde 50% without a boost. Without a boost on Nihilego as well. Greninja can't ever 2-hit KO me with something like Low Kick or nothing like that. Mega Glalie can't 2-hit KO me with Return. Lucario can 2-hit KO me. It can probably OHKO me with Close Combat if it's like Adamant. Or just like Jolly Life Orb or something. Rotom Heat. Clefable, Shaman, none of those monsters can 2-hit KO me. Silvally can't, but it can take advantage of me. However, Earthquake and Ice Beam are always going to be, even after a parting shot, Earthquake and Ice Beam are always going to be breaking subs on Zygarde 50% and Nihilego, which is what this mon is here to check. So we're going to let it do its job. Anyways, that's just about it for the prep. I guess we can go ahead and hop into the battle now. Alright, so here we are with the replay, and my opponent chooses to bring the Mega Glalie, Zygarde 50%, Clefable, Greninja, Rotom Heat, and Nihilego, as you can see on screen. And we bring the exact team from the team builder. Almost had a heart attack because Haxorus wasn't shiny, and it's not that I don't like the yellow Haxorus. Actually, yellow is my favorite color. It's just that the dark one, the black one, is just so much cooler looking, in my opinion. And I was kind of bummed out. But then I remembered that shinies aren't shiny at Team Preview, so it didn't really matter. Anyways, my opponent brings 2 Pokemon that can set up Stealth Rocks and 2 Pokemon that can set up Spikes or Toxic Spikes. He's got Greninja and Rotom, which form a nice Volturn core into things like Zygarde, which could potentially be Choice Banded or Life Orb or something like that, and into Mega Glalie, which my team doesn't have. Like, I don't want to continuously switch in Licky on Mega Glalie because it is my Zygarde check, my Grin check, my Nihilego check. But really, the rest of my Pokemon don't appreciate a powerful Ice type hit, so I guess it's up to Licky to do it all this game. But it can do it, so I'm expecting my opponent to either lead with Clefable or... like, Clefable is his only Stealth Rocker, which means my Stealth Rocker, my only Stealth Rocker in this matchup, Nidoqueen, is a perfect lead. So predicting that, I'm going to predict my opponent to actually lead with his Zygarde 50%. He could also lead Greninja. I think Greninja is the best lead for my opponent because he could just U-turn out. So I'm actually going to lead off with my Zapdos, predicting a Greninja lead. And I get that right off the bat here. We get turn 1 prediction, or the turn 1 lead prediction right. So happy about that. I can just fire off a Thunderbolt here. Or I could switch out, or I could U-turn. I'm just going to see what my opponent wants to do. And my opponent goes for the U-turn. Fair play, since I did, exert pressure. And he knows he can't be static. So just U-turn out into the Heat Lord Envy himself, the Rotom Heat. And this thing actually takes quite a bit of damage from Thunderbolt. 17%, not bad at all. So once rocks are up, Zapdos is putting in the work. So my opponent goes for the Will-O-Wisp here. It's a hard switch into Nidoqueen. What would have happened here? Had he went for Thunderbolt or Volt Switch, it obviously would have been immune. But had he went for Overheat, he would not have been able to 2-hit KO me, and I would have been able to come in, set Stealth Rocks up, and then switch out to Licky. And Licky can throw off a Wish against a lot of things. And if he ever has Clefable in, I can throw off a Wish against that. Or Nihilego and always receive it with Nidoqueen and then get like 50% health back. So that was the idea behind this play. I didn't mindlessly go into Nidoqueen, because I obviously need that for Nihilego. So I had a plan, so just be wary of that. I did have a plan. So he does burn me. However, that's not too big of a deal. I'm just going to give up my Stealth Rocks as he switches out into Greninja. So I'm going to hard switch out to Licky here. I don't want to take, a Waterfall or a Surf or an Ice Beam or an Extra Sensory or anything like that. And he goes for the Waterfall and then U-turns out, as I'm pretty sure I just throw off a Wish here. Pretty simple play. And here I can just throw off the Ice Beam. No reason not to, as my opponent clicks sub. So my opponent's sub leftovers. So he's sub leftovers, and now he's going to hard switch out into Clefable. So this is what I was meaning earlier. I can throw off a Wish to Nidoqueen pretty freely, but since I don't need to, I can just hard switch out into Nidoqueen, and I do get my Black Sludge knocked off, and he reveals Protect. So with this burn, it's actually pretty nice for him that he's going to be able to chip me down little by little. However, his Rotom Heat takes 33 from Sludge Wave here, and he's not going to be able to come in on that again. So here I'm going to hard switch out to my Zapdos, knowing he's more than likely going to go for Overheat for the knockout, and I can Roost up the following turn, because his special attack's going to drop here. So that's exactly what I'm going to do here. He's going to go for the Will-O-Wisp, as I just Roost up, I believe. And now I'm in a really good position. Zapdos can't be toxic now, which is amazing. And I can just fire off a Thunderbolt here. He goes out into Nihilego and takes basically nothing, so he could have some bulk investment, but Nihilego does have really high speed def naturally. So I'm going to hard switch out into Licky here as he sets up his Stealth Rock. So at this point, he's revealed Stealth Rock on Nihilego, so it's less likely that he is Choice Scarfed, but he could still be Choice Scarfed, because once Nidoqueen went down, he could have a real nice time with my team, unless I was like Scarf Weavile or something. But yeah, he does switch out into his Clefable here, as I can throw off a Wish and now hard switch into Nidoqueen. And you're gonna see here, that he actually throws off a wish as well. So I take no damage, and I can just fire off a Sludge Wave here once again, and I get a critical hit here, which didn't matter because he was going to get this wish back anyway. I'm trying to think of ways that it can matter. I guess it limits his amount of switch-ins to rocks as well, so that's something to think about. But rocks plus Sludge Wave was going to be doing more than wish, I believe. Should be. But I am forced to switch out here. But luckily, like I said, I do have Licky Licky, which is amazing. Check to basically his entire team. And he fires off a return here. Doesn't even do close to half. And I'm going to be able to protect here as my opponent goes for the freeze dry. I don't know if he was just trying to scout the damage it would be doing, or if he was trying to save PP, or if he was predicting me to switch. Regardless, I'm just going to wish protect here. Get my wish back. Throw off another one. Or you can just hard switch into middle queen. And you're going to see here, he gets a critical hit. And it does 17%. Keep that in mind. Moonblast does 17% with a critical hit. Okay, so here he's going to protect on my Sludge Wave. And then more than likely going to switch out on the following Sludge Wave. As a Zygarde will take nothing. He doesn't bring Bronzong, so Ice Beam would have been nice over Shadow Ball at this point. However, he brings in the Zygarde, and I'm going to hard switch out into Licky Licky. Take less than 23%, so I could set up a sub here. That's pretty cool, actually. And my opponent's going to switch out into Greninja as I throw off a Wish. So here I'm able to pass a Wish, basically, into anything. Or I can just protect and get it back myself. As my opponent's going to go for the Waterfall, and I'm just going to get a little chip on Grin and get Wish back. So he's leftovers Grin, by the way. And he's just going to go for the low kick here, and that's 35%. So he can hit me a little bit, but nothing that I should be paranoid of. I can beat him 1v1. And he's going to switch out into Clefable here as I go for the Earthquake, and it's not going to be able to hit KO, which is actually pretty funny. However, I'm going to hard switch out into Nidoqueen here. And my opponent goes for the Wish Protect, so he's going to get this Wish back. And now he's going to be at a position to safely switch in later on other Pokemon. But I'm going to be able to pick up the Sludge Wave hit on Rotom and put it in range of basically any hit from Zapdos. And Overheat at -1 is not able to knock me out from this range. It should do like 22%, then 21%. And I'm able to roost this off. So I'm going to be able to roost up once again. And if he switches out, he's dead to rocks anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And he does switch out, so this thing's going to be taking rocks. When Rotom switches back in, it's going to be gone. So I'm actually not going to defog at all. I'm just going to hard switch out to Licky Licky. I'm going to take, what, less than 40% from return and be able to wish that off. And my opponent's going to go for the return once again. I thought he would, but it's no big deal. And here, he's actually going to stay in and go for it once again. Because I could have predicted him. I'm an aggressive player, so he may have predicted me to predict him to switch out and get a free wish, but he didn't let that happen. He's going to sack off his Rotom here as I actually throw off a wish. So now check this out. He remembered the crit on Nidoqueen that did 17%. Okay, well, he cannot knock me out unless he gets a crit again. So I'm going to throw this wish off into Nidoqueen and get all my health back because I'm going to be at 17%. He can't knock me out unless he gets a crit. And he got a crit, so unfortunate there. Had I not gotten crit, I would have gotten the wish back, and then I pick up a kill. Sludge Wave knocks out Clefable and knocks out Mega Glalie, and more than likely knocks out Greninja as well, despite it being a rather bulky Greninja that you'll see later on. And we've already saw leftovers, so you probably didn't know it's kind of a bulky Greninja. Zygarde doesn't appreciate coming in on Sludge Wave, and even if it does, it's taking chip, it's taking rocks, and then it's walled by Licky Licky, revenge killed by Weavile, and pressured by Zapdos and Haxorus and Mega Medicham. So, and had he switched into Nihilego on the Sludge Wave, it would have died to the following turn to Earth Power, or something would have. So, yeah, huge crit there. Definitely the most unfortunate thing to happen in this battle so far. I do think that I was in a position to, with Licky Licky and Nidoqueen and Zapdos, I was in a position to beat his entire team with just my defense. And I felt like I was in a position to actually have a +1 differential after this battle. I thought I was going to win this battle. Had I received that wish, I thought I was going to win this battle, and I thought that I could win at least 5-0 and neutralize my differential from last week's 5-0 loss. And I thought I could even potentially go 6-0 here and get a +1 differential, rectifying my loss last week and starting off, the season pretty solid, with a return, a comeback, not a comeback win, but a bounce back win. That's what it's called. A bounce back from a week 1 loss and come back and win in week 2 would have been nice. So I'm going to go into Mega Medicham here, and I know that Zen Headbutt is a roll, and that he's not going to be able to wish off the damage. So I'm going to go for that, and he reveals to be Rocky Helmet, and I get a flinch. So a little bit of justice there, but still not enough in my opinion. I would have rather not gotten this flinch and the crit not happen. most certainly, that's what I would have rather had happen. So I do get the Zen Headbutt flinch here, so he is in range of Drain Punch now, and I'm not about to risk Zen Headbutt when I don't need to. So I'm going to be able to pick up the kill on Clefable here, get a little bit of health back, and he brings in Nihilego to revenge kill me. So I'm starting to think this thing may be Choice Scarf. I'm going to switch out to Licky Licky here as he goes for the Sludge Wave. So here I'm going to be able to wish up. My opponent can't knock me out. I go for Protect first because I wanted a little leftovers back, and in case he double crit me, it could potentially be bad, even with Wish Protect shenanigans. So my opponent actually goes out to Grin on my Protect, and I'm going to double Protect here, see what he wants to block himself into. He goes for the Gunk Shot. So now my opponent still realizes that Licky Licky is going to defeat him. He can't break Licky Licky. I have enough Wish Protect to beat his team, because 2 of his Pokemon are straight up O-coded, and then Mega Glalie is actually at a range where it's going to take rocks and be knocked out in 1 hit as well. So 3 of his Pokemon are one-shotted by Licky Licky at this range, and Greninja is the only Pokemon that I have to wish Protect shenanigans while also getting a little bit of chip every few turns. So he already knows that, and he's going for the poison on turn 46. Turn 46, he's going for the poison. So I Protect there, and now here I'm going to go for the Wish, I do believe, and my opponent throws off a Waterfall and doesn't get the flinch, thank goodness. He's switching back and forth between Gunk Shot, poisons, and Waterfall flinches. Now he shows me U-turn once again. I don't expect him to U-turn out, and he goes for the low kick and gets a crit. So more salt in the wound here. Already my opponent's fishing for hacks with these moves, and he gets a low kick crit instead. So the game is rewarding him for that. But yeah, like I said, I can eat up these hits. I can Wish Protect. This Greninja can't beat me, bar poison and crits. So here I finally get him. I knew he was going to go for low kick once again, and he hasn't revealed, or he's revealed all 4 of his moves, and he doesn't have a way to hit Zapdos super effectively. So I can actually bring Zapdos in here and roost up and eventually defog if I can get to that point. So I go for Thunderbolt. My opponent switches out into Zygarde. I thought he might stay in and try to Waterfall flinch me, or some kind of shenanigans like that, but he doesn't. So he brings in his Zygarde here, and I'm just going to stay in and click Hidden Power Ice. I don't need Zapdos, and I don't actually need to defog either, so I don't mind giving him Zapdos here, as long as I can revenge kill him with Weavile or Mega Medicham or Haxorus even. I don't mind to give him Zapdos, and I do have Licky Licky still as well. Here I roost up, as he Dragon Dances up, and he's going to go for the 1,000 arrows and gets a crit. You know, this game, right? So here he's at 29%, and he clicks protect. Fair play. You know, he's getting leftovers back. Leftovers is good for him, and he goes for the sub here, but I'm not gonna let that happen. Like he's banking on chokes, he's banking on hacks, and the thing is, he won't get a choke, but he will get hacks. So now it's 4-4 when it should be 6-0, but it is what it is. Here I'm just going to lock myself into Ice Shard. I couldn't afford to risk it because he did have protect. So I had to show him Ice Shard, and he switches into Greninja, takes rocks, takes Ice Shard damage, and now he knows I'm choice banded. So here I'm going to switch out to my Mega Medicham, predicting the low kick, knowing I can take it, and that I can take any one hit here and Drain Punch up. But he flinches me. He flinches me. Yeah, so there's that. Anyways, we're going to continue with this insanely whack battle. Now my opponent goes up 4-3 when it should be 6-0. So I'm going to go into Hacksters, knowing he can't knock me out with any hit, and I'm going to Dragon Dance up. And he gets a critical hit. Are you kidding me? So I Dragon Dance up here, and now my Yachi Berry is kind of, I mean, it's like, had I not got U-turn crit, and my Yachi would have been still there, so that Ice Shard would have did way less. And he actually got a crit on the Yachi, or on the Ice Shard as well. So now look how low I am, and I don't know if I would have been low enough for Nihilego to kill me. So he actually gets a special attack boost here. I go into Licky Licky because he can't knock me out here still, and I can just knock him out with Earthquake. And now my opponent can't knock me out with any one hit from Greninja either. So I can wish, I can protect. First I'm going to protect, obviously, so I can get a little bit of leftovers back in case he crits me with low kick again. I'd like to be able to survive that. And yeah, he goes for the low kick. I throw off a wish here. I'm going to protect. And yeah, I can still win with Licky Licky here. Bar crits and poison. So I'm still okay. I just need to get some chip off on Greninja here with Earthquake. I can wish up, protect, get a little bit more chip, and keep chipping him down until Greninja is in range of Earthquake. Throw off a wish, and then receive that wish, and then click Earthquake for the 2-hit KO on Greninja before he's able to knock me out. But as you can see here, my opponent is using low kick, waterfall, gunk shot, all of his moves except U-turn because he doesn't want to switch out and lose Zygarde. He can't afford to lose Zygarde. And yeah, so Licky Licky is going to eventually be in a position to knock out this Greninja with a 2 or 3 hit KO. And my opponent starts going for Gunk Shot here. He gets the poison. So yeah, that's basically a game there. Unless, so the plan here is to get knockoff from Weavile, but it's just out of range if he is max HP and defensive. Like if he's more of a defensive Greninja, like he's been shown to be. I don't exactly know the calcs. What was it? I'm pretty sure Mega Medicham would have obliterated with Drain Punch, but I did get flinched, so that's not going to matter. Had I received the wish with Nidoqueen, I do think I would have 6-0'd or at least 5-0'd. But it's come down to, can Weavile do this? Can Weavile knock out Zygarde with low kick, banded low kick? That's the question. So I could click Icicle Crash here and bank on a flinch on the Greninja. I could click knockoff here and bank on him not being very bulky, or just maybe max HP. But in the case that he was max HP with defense investment, or with just like a defense boost in nature, or in the case that I potentially got a low roll, I am adamant choice banded max attack Weavile. So if he is only max HP, I do have a chance to knock him out here. But like I said, I do believe he's a little bit, like if you look at his team outside of Clefable, he doesn't really have, an answer to Weavile. So with Mega Medicham and Haxorus and Weavile and Zapdos, Nidoqueen, and Licky all pressure and Clefable, he really could appreciate and be, his team could benefit from having a very bulky Greninja. So here I'm going to go for the low kick and hope that it knocks out the Zygarde as well, or that he is not max HP Zygarde, and if he's not, then I can potentially get the knockout there. So that's what I'm going to go for, instead of banking on like an Icicle Crash flinch or like a crit from knockoff or anything like that. I'm just going to go for the low kick, and my opponent's going to go for the protect to get a little leftovers back. And yeah, I'm just going to click low kick one more time, and can Weavile do it? And Weavile misses out on the knockout and drops to the 1,000 arrows. So after all of that RNG, we still had a chance to win. After the crit on Nidoqueen, we still had a chance to win. After the flinch on Mega Medicham, we still had a chance to win. But after Licky got poisoned, even after Licky got poisoned, we had a chance to win. It turns out that my opponent was a bulky Greninja, but I don't know if he revealed his full set, but I'm pretty sure we did some calcs, and it revealed that I think knockoff was a roll, and Icicle Crash was a guaranteed to a KO if I got the flinch, and low kick was but low kick got a max roll on Zygarde. So unfortunate game, but it is what it is. It was started last season out like this as well, with 2 back-to-back losses to RNG. But in week 2, Curtis was ever so nice to allow us a restart last season, and we actually ended up coming away with a victory in that match, and ended up starting the season 1-1. Here we're actually going to fall to 0-2, similar to last season. And last season we went on to play in the finals, so hopefully we can go on to play in the finals this season as well. Even after starting 0-2, I'm not deterred one bit. My prep was there, my plays were there, and yeah, I really thought this was going to be like a turn, battle would end on around turn 50 or 60, and it would have been about a 5 or 6-0, but it lasts till turn 85 thanks to RNG and stuff like that. And Zygarde's going to be the last one standing, giving Phantom Base, aka Tyler, the win. So the New York Cosmogs are going to be ended up going 1-1, and we're going to end up going 0-2 or 0-2 so far. So yeah. Anyways, let me know what you thought about the prep and the plays on both sides. Let me know what you thought about the battle in its entirety. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.